Oh, my camera's a little off on the... Actually, really off.
Yeah, sorry, that should be fixed now.
It's all good. Let's go.
Okay. So here we are. It's a best of 5. In the top right-hand side of the map, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming and representing them well, it is Cure.
And in the bottom left, you know this guy. You've known him for a long time. It is LaughNgamez from Team Envy.
How about this to start things off?
I like it. Sort of off fast. Maybe LaughNgamez's not quite warmed up, not quite ready for this kind of a thing. Maybe he just woke up.
Yeah, maybe. It's a very good strategy.
Yeah.
However, DRG has got a drone out. He's looking. He knows
He's gonna
Cure.
find it.
Oh,
Found it.
Well done, LaughNgamez.
Doesn't mean it's a GG though. There are plenty of times Terrans had this happen to them and they still win the game. So
This is true. It looks like that Cure's positioning may be good enough just to allow this one barracks to complete probably both of them.
yeah, they're both gonna complete now. Both SCVs are alive and a Marine's on the way. And he only brought he's too late on these extra drones.
Yeah, I see what he's trying to do here, but yeah, basically the 3 drones have accomplished what the 1 drone accomplished initially.
Right. And I don't know about this. Yeah, and that's the best part about proxy racks is you can get them scouted and still be just fine, thanks.
Yeah, the Marines may even get one of those drones. That's very nice. So DRG already losing 1 worker when he really shouldn't have, and losing a lot of mining time, pulling those 3 drones.
He's making 8 Zerglings and 2 Queens are on the way. Queens aren't going to be here in time to really do much about these, but the Lings will. The bunk, it's just too late to throw it in a bunker. You know what? Let's do it. You're going to be in range of the hatchery.
Is that Lego?
That's not in range of the hatchery, but...
Hey.
Oh, bring around the Rosie. This is big. If all these Marines die, that's it. But the
so
stutter step
slippery,
is sick.
DRG is just having a tough time here. He scouts the proxy, but then here is still being a massive nuisance to the Zerg player. The Zerg should hold this in the end because Cure's already transitioning behind this, but this is a bit of an exciting way to start the series here.
God, it sure is. Yeah, cancels the bunker. He's making other stuff back home. He's making SCVs, reactoring up, making a supply depot. So yeah, and that factory is ready to go for some Hellions. So I like it. It's 21 to 18 workers now for the Terran player. He's throwing up a second base inside of his main now. Metabolic boost on the way from LaughNgamez. And probably time to take a third base. There it goes. Okay, so third base goes down for LaughNgamez in the traditional third base location here on Glittering Ashes. And kind of settling into a bit of a more standard play here.
Yeah, LaughNgamez's defense of this was by no means bad. Scouting it initially was huge for him, but it wasn't. The criticism that I gave him there was just that it could have been even better. It could have been basically flawless, his defense.
Yes.
So, that being said, DRG, I believe, is in a pretty good position here. The Zergs, knowing that the Terran has gone for a proxy, they don't really have to worry about all too much. That being said, Cure is going to try and go for a bit of aggression here with his Hellions and a Medivac on the way. Utilize the Marines he's already produced.
Yeah, and as Cure knows, you sit back and let a player like LaughNgamez just macro up, you're going to die. So, 100%. Got to get those Hellions out there, sharking around, sniping creep tumors, forcing the Zerg player to pay attention to things other than just making drones. And, I mean, this works against me. I can tell you that much as a Zerg player. His Hellions start showing up, and I'm like...
Those Marines get
hurts.
caught by LaughNgamez. This drop with the Hellions has been shown, so the Zerg player only has to defend this, and he's got a very good warning ahead of time. He's going to want to position his Queens appropriately. And
I don't know if the Hellions want to move out, though. Aren't you worried about more Lings showing up?
He must have been trying to do that with the Medivac, but you're absolutely right, yeah, that these Lings can keep threatening. He's got to go for it, though, because he is fairly behind.
Yeah, it's not looking good. That third base for LaughNgamez, he risked it. He didn't know there was a second base coming in from Cure. He just made a guess, and he was right. Third base goes down. There's not much LaughNgamez or Cure could do to shut that down, and now he's on 46 to 29 workers, and Ling's getting a full scout, seeing what's up. There's no gas being taken at the natural base. Hellion count continuing at pace right now, and an armory coming in too. So we might get some Hellbats in play.
Yeah, it looks like Kier's kind of going all in here with a sort of pseudo 2-1-1. He's got Stim on the way, he's got Marines on the way, but there's no eBay behind this. He's just going to try and get as much damage out of his Hellions that he's already made by turning them into Hellbats, and then just have a lot of DPS from these stimmed Marines behind it. Kier basically is going to need to win the game here. And oh, he's throwing away some of his Hellions.
Okay, that's brutal. You cannot lose those Hellions if you're going for Hellbat transition. You need every Hellion you can. Having 4 is much different from having 8 or 10.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if that was a bad call, like if that was just a bad call or a rally there by Kier. Either way, though, it is painful for the Zerg, or for the Terran, pardon me.
He could have 4 more Hellbats right here. I think he just went too deep on creep. I mean, if you're planning on doing this, you really got to keep the Hellions out. If you go into that creep, the chances of getting surrounded and killed are way too high.
Okay, so
here we go.
2 Medivacs to support is a big deal. That's more than the usual Hellbat push. That being said, it's much later than the usual Hellbat push. Here's going on in, though, and he's actually getting on top of Dong Ragu's Banelings potentially here. It looks like they will finish, though, and that's the bomb there.
8 Banelings.
Trying to push. He's got the 2 Medivacs still healing, but yeah, it's just not enough damage by the Terran player.
No. Not nearly enough there. And the Banelings didn't kill everything, but they killed enough to where Kier had to back out. He's going to keep trying this thing. He's getting a Liberator in the mix, too, making a Widowmine, and Kier's going for a Spire, which I love that.
Yeah, he throws up a 3rd.
Oh, he does start a 3rd. Look at that.
Yeah, he's not just tapping out, which is impressive, I'll say. Like, I know there are Terran players who would have tapped out in this scenario, saying, yeah, I'm just going to be too far behind. There's no way. DRG is going for a counterattack. Kier's wall is up. SCVs could be pulled to repair this, or the Widowmine may get some work done. All the while, there's the push going on at the front. He's microing on 2 fronts here, trying to defend back at home and get damage done. Looks like he defended, but then so did DRG as Kier gets pushed back.
How many kills that Widowmine have?
I did miss that shot.
That one that's
7.
fired. Nice. Yeah, that helped a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Ling's going to try to push in there, not really happening. Checking to see if there's a 3rd base coming in, which we know there is. I'm not sure if he knows that yet.
Yeah, Kier continuously attacking here is actually quite important. Even if he's not getting drones, if he can pick off a few Banelings, that would be very helpful for him. DRG is keeping those back, so using the Queens just to buffer. Widowmine drop is being planned here by Kier. We'll see if he's able to get some good drone damage. It looks like DRG has spotted this. Widowmine gonna burrow, not getting... Oh, it does! Expertly done there by DRG. I'm not sure if he manually detonated that Baneling there.
I don't know if 2 are required. That might have been an overkill, but you know, better to kill the Widowmine than let it fire.
Yeah, than let it fire and kill all your Banelings and drones.
Yeah. So really just following this around. I mean, Kier's not going to be able to get anything done with that. And the Mutas are out too. That means we are toast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this game progresses. I mean, there's always the chance that DRG will just swarm Kier, but he's got the fighting spirit as he floats over his 3rd base. He does have his 1-1 on the way, and his upgrades are actually ahead of Dong Ragu's, believe it or not. So the Terran player who got very late upgrades, who didn't go for +1 with his push or anything, still is going to have equal or an upgrade lead compared to the Zerg.
Yeah, and again, that's the power of the 2 racks. Even if it gets scouted, even if you don't kill the Zerg with it, you can still recover pretty nicely and find yourself in a decent spot at the 10-minute mark, is what we're seeing here. Yeah, and I mean, this Muta Harass is going to be pretty good. Dong Ragu is one of the better players in the world with that, obviously, but yeah, Marine count is heavy. Might see some Thor production coming in. Drilling Claws immediately get started against these Mutas. Having the ability to burrow quickly is going to be nice for those Widowmines. And now starting his upgrade for the Lings, the Banelings, any future Ultralisks. Probably not going to see those based on the Mutalisk tech we're seeing right now. But yeah, Ling, Baneling, a Muta against a Marine Widowmine comp here. So not really standard. See it from time to time.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this game progresses. Kier is still quite far behind from the early game. I mean, DRG is a 90 drone Zerg who's getting up to 5 bases. He's going to have free reign here. However, Kier, these Terrans, they've gradually been getting better the more and more TvZs they play at defending, at weathering that Zerg storm. So we'll see if Kira is going to be able to take a few good fights and get back in this game.
True fact. What's up, John Solo? Happy Sunday or Friday to you, sir.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Infestation Pit popping in here from DRG. Some infestors would be pretty nice, but just immediately going into Hive, obviously. Getting +2 flyer indicates we are really heavily going into mutas, and that could be comeback potential for Cure here. Those mutas get wiped out by a couple Widow Mines, and suddenly the game flips.
Yeah, it definitely can. Oh man, there's that Zerg economy showing us his power. DRG morphing 46 Banelings at once. The Terran player's only at 162 supply. If DRG attacks when his own 1-1 finishes, he'll be able just to roll on in. The tanks for Kier are going to be monumental. It's important they get good shots off on those Banelings. The Marines pushing the mutas away. But that's
Where are the Widow Mines? He got Drilling Claws. How many Widow Mines does he have? Like
He's got
2?
2, yes. Literally 2. He's
Yeah,
trying to
more.
make everything here. Between his Thors, his tanks, his mines.
True fact. What's up, Phoenix of War? We're doing good here. Game 1. Exciting one so far.
Yeah, great TvZ to start things off. Kier's at 180 supply and climbing. The longer DRG puts off this fight, the more likely it is that that Kier will take a better fight, basically. Now, he's got to be careful here, though, as he's moving out to Skir's 4th base. This is when he's going to be very vulnerable, and there's so many Banelings here.
I think he's worried about Widow Mines. There's nothing else that should concern him here.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's going. That's a go. Widow Mine gets a big connection. Tank gets a big hit, too.
Mine's going off, but no, not enough to clean out all these Banelings. There's a lot more rolling forward. Marauders stepping forward to absorb some of these Banes. It's been great micro from Kira with his bio. His Thors stand strong, and DRG's attack does not find much damage at all.
Cure, you madman. What a hold.
Gosh, the PF staying alive is huge for the Terran. Kira really just solidified himself in this game. His Thors weren't killed, so he's got those still up to keep the mutas at bay.
He's repairing them like a good Terran should.
Yeah, like a good Terran should. Yeah, that was like no damage that got done with that attack.
Hey, John Solo, there aren't donation codes anymore. You just go to the Match Arena link, log in, and click use code, and that's it. It's just a button now. So, no code at all. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, but I assume that's what it is.
Did I update that URL?
Yeah, I already... Okay. Yeah, I did the thing. It's good.
Okay, that is good.
My gosh. Yeah, so DRG goes from being up massively economically, army value-wise, and then one amazing hold from Cure. Now Cure's even. He's fine. He's doing great.
Now it seems that the Zerg player's almost feeling the heat here a little bit, that he was pressured to get something done, and he failed to do so. And now he's up against a 200-200 Cure.
My golly. Maxed out with Marines, Thors, Marauders in the mix here too. Cure's in the make additional command center part of his game, which is always a time where Terrans feel pretty good.
That is a very good time for Terrans, knowing that you got... It's like driving a car, but instead of one spare tire, you got like 8 in the back.
Yeah, and it's like Zerg feels so good because they spent like 8,000 resources killing a base, and then Terran's just like float, and it's back.
It is really fantastic for the Terrans. Now, Kier is trying to get one on location, get up that 5th base, already floating it over, which is just insane that he's already going to be securing this up. And then the spares, yeah, but once again, it's just going to be huge for him. Even if DRG does get a base, Kier's going to have extra, and that's what makes it so scary for the Zerg. We see in goes DRG once again. He wants to get damage done, but this is Banelings trading against mainly Marauders and Thors. I mean, it looks like he will clean up a lot of this, but there's a lot deeper of a line here for Kier. He's retreating into his Widow Mines. They're getting some shots off. The Zerg player did trade out much better than the last fight there. There's even turrets set up that are going to prevent these mutas from killing this PF right away. I mean, those Banelings aren't going to accomplish too much. And Kier, I mean, he holds.
And this is the frustration for Zergs, is like, it's so hard to break a Terran when they have this setup, when they have this comp, when they have the control that Cure does.
Yeah, and that's really the beauty of the meta of Starcraft. Like, I mean, for the longest time it was players trying to kill the Zergs. and then the Zergs got really good at defending. And now it's more so the Zergs trying to kill the Terrans, and the Terrans are getting really good at defending.
Yep, it's true.
LaughNgamez getting picked off by DRG. He is an expert at doing that, picking them off before they fire, taking care of those turrets like there's nothing. Here tries to repair them with SCVs, but no, doesn't really keep them alive for that long. Oh, +3 armor could be denied here, and it is. That's very nice for DRG. Doesn't really cost them all too much, a muter or two. Definitely worth it. While this was going on, pardon my observing, he kills the 5th base. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Cure is down to 47 SCVs. Floating in orbital, knows he needs to get that base online. His supplies at 160. He has struggled to replace after that last fight. Five SCVs at a time are being produced here by Cure. Great to see him focusing on that resaturation. DRG is going to go on in and try and break this 5th base. He gets the Fiat. If he can get the orbital too, that would be nice. He is not able to, however. So Cure, having a spare, won't have his economy shut down for too long. He's going to be vulnerable once more, however, on both his 4th and his 5th, as they're both orbitals, which is quite worrying.
Yeah, not ideal for sure. You want the planetary buffness there. I don't know. Like, as well as DongRaeGu's been defending here, Cure's been defending here, man. DongRaeGu does the creep spread's insane. Makes another huge attack, and he's really kept these mutalisks alive today.
Yeah, this is only half of Cure's army. What an attack by DRG. The rest of the Bioforce is coming on in. It's a ton of Marauders and Marines. The mutas are going to try and pick off this orbital. They get it. Oh, that is so painful for Cure. And he's stuck at that mark that Terrans struggle at, the 150 supply mark. And before he reaches 200, there's definitely going to be another Zerg attack.
Yeah, DongRaeGu, he's just got 3,000 minerals in the bank. He's just made about 80 Zerglings. Upgrades are 3-3 on those suckers. 75 Banes out of those 80 Zerglings.
75 Banelings. Like, I know that it's just nonchalant just these days for the way TvZ goes, but I just never get over how many Banelings that is, man.
Yeah, 75 simultaneously is not something to see a lot of. Attack up north here. Lings jumping in, trying to get something done, get chased away. Widow Mine connects on those mutas. Softens them up quite nice. No, they're not, and they will regen out of combat quite nicely with that tissue regeneration ability. Baneling's off creep. That's how good DongRaeGu feels about this.
Using the magic eraser feature that Banelings are en masse, just kills all the SCVs.
It's 26 workers remaining for Cure, and like that's okay, kind of, if he has a lot of orbitals, but he's only got 5 now. If you got 7, 8, 9, 10 orbitals, and you're constantly calling down mules, you can kind of go a little bit less, a little bit lighter on that SCV count, but
yeah,
it's not really working here.
He is making an effort to get that number back up. He just produced another 5. Now he's getting ready for the next DRG attack, it looks like. If he can weather, take a really good engagement, perhaps, then he can build a few more SCVs. We'll see, though. In goes DRG. He's attacking on in. The Thors are a target for the mutas. Cure's microing as well as he can, however, he's had to split his force, so really it's only half his army here. He's losing more and more units. And
he's not even magic boxing his mutas. He's just like, whatever.
DRG has got more money than Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Jeff Bezos combined.
He sure does. It's infinite. Like, he's having a hard time spending it all at this point. He just casually makes a million more lings. That orbital's dead. That might just be your GG right there.
Yeah, it might be. He's been putting in the work trying to defend, but as a Terran, it is almost impossible to split your forces 50-50 to defend against Zerg attacks. You really need your whole army present. And having no planetaries makes that just even harder.
Right. Not like the planetary is the answer to everything, but this group just gets caught out.
And then that's not just the group. That's pretty much just, oh, okay, well, that's not his whole army, but it's a big chunk of it.
And it was for free. Like, it's one thing if the Zerg player has to sacrifice a bunch of units to kill that stuff. If it's free killing that stuff, you're just done. You cannot have that happen at this level. You have to force the enemy to sacrifice things to kill your units. And if they just don't, that's how you lose. That's how you're done. I mean, DRG, 4,000 minerals. He only has 50 gas in the bank, which is a little bit surprising. Gas income not as hot as it could be. I'm really surprised he hasn't expanded further at this point. Like maybe bottom right, top left.
Yeah.
Just pouring it on, but...
Yeah, I mean, we know Kier hasn't been attacking him, so he definitely could.
Yeah, I mean, if Kier moves out, it's going to go really poorly for him, and he knows that.
Yeah, I mean, he's up to 142 supply again. He's floating in orbital somewhere. Floating his main over here, interestingly enough. I guess trying to preempt maybe losing a base or something. I'm not sure what that's about. Anyway, here's electing to go for a fight. And he does have a very beefy army. He's going on to Crete. He's going so deep here. The Banelings are rolling forward. The Marines are going to have to kite back. It was a noble effort, but... it wasn't enough.
Yeah, GG. Remember when I was like, if he moves out on creep, it's going to end poorly? That was that right there.
Yeah, that was poorly.
That was the thing. Woof. So, I mean, you got to feel pretty, I don't know, as a Terran, you're like, okay, my double proxy racks got scouted. It got shut down. And then I was able to turn that into a 22-minute game, which is like, hey. But it felt really bad for the last 6 or 7 minutes there, so maybe you don't feel too good.
There was that one fight, and it's like, oh, he's not coming back from this, is he?
Yeah, and then from there, Kira was valiant about it, but
oh, he was very valiant. Yeah,
he was. He needed more bases. Once he was squished down into the corner that he was in, it wasn't going to happen for him. So GG. Let's go to game 2. Going to be on a Blackburn here. Both Cure and Cure are ready to go.
Cure and yeah, let's get into it.
Let's do this thing. So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out for a Freak of World number 94. This is a best of 5 featuring Cure and DRG.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to hit that Match Arena link up top, the top of the chat here, and click the claim code button, which will allow you to throw some free money at these players. Goes into their pockets, not into ours, and no money from your pockets either. It's a pretty good deal.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. In the bottom left, it's Kier.
And in the bottom right, it's Team Envy's DRG, who, again, he drone scouted for this last game. He knows Kier loves to do this.
Yeah, it really does seem there's two forms of Kier that shows up to tournaments. The Kier that says, I'm going to proxy every game, and the Kier that doesn't. And I think we see which one we got here.
No kidding. If you're DRG, don't you send a drone out? Oh, he did. Is that a... No, that's a hatch. That's a hatch. But maybe sending another one out would be cool.
I mean, he's like, what madman proxies twice in a row? He's gonna overword scout it anyway. Unless he's one of them cowardly Zergs that changes his mind about his pathing.
Yeah. Like, he sets up a path and he's like, nah.
No, I doubt myself.
Yeah.
DRG doesn't doubt himself.
Nope. Alright,
he's gonna say, I'm finally gonna win in a Freak of World.
I mean, that'd be good for him.
Has he won one? He's been in a lot, but he hasn't had the most success.
Well, let's check it out.
Okay, ring around the rosy with the drones, and DRG has got enough of them here that he is going to try and get a total surround here on these Marines as they pop out. Secure's keeping his SCVs around, trying to keep those drones busy. Marine number 1 pops out. Of course, there's not much surface area to get on top of them. SCVs are scrapping, gonna assist in the killing of 2 drones. Another Marine does pop out. One of those stays alive, and if Kier keeps that back, could definitely help him out. But then again, there is 8lings on the way. The bunker gets thrown down just to be a buffer. He's going to have to be very careful with that Marine that's injured.
Yeah, he's kind of keeping that behind the other ones here. Gets another drone.
That's nice.
That's not bad.
Oh, lings pop out. Immediately targets down that injured Marine. Well done by DongRei.
Here we go. Yeah, here comes that ling attack where the stutter step is good and
it's great, really. Gosh, these Terrans are so good at doing this. And the bunker does get up, actually.
Oh, okay.
Those Marines are now safe in there.
This is way better than game 1. Now DongRei doesn't want to jump on this at all. He doesn't have enough to do it. He has to make 10 lings instead of drones right now. He's very upset about that. And the bunker's in range of the hatchery, so you can't just not worry about it. You have to engage with it very soon here.
DRG knows that he's got to take care of this. The Queens are coming to help on out. The STV is going to repair that bunker as well as it can. The Marines are gunning down so many of these Zerglings here. Kieran was scouted, but he's got mass amounts of damage. He's going to go in with his Marines. They're rather injured, so they may get picked off, but he does take out one Queen. That's a huge blow to the Zerg economy. He's going to get a second one.
Dude, remember when I was like...
GG.
GG. Remember when I was like, Terrans can get their proxy scouted and still win anyway? That's exactly what that was. That was amazing.
Oh man, what a wild ride. DRG, who just spent 22 minutes in game number 1 trying to smash Kieran to the ground, all of a sudden is looking at a tied score. Because he's a friggin' madman who proxies twice.
He really is. What kind of madman are we talking about here? So, let's see. DongRei has been in 5 Africa Worlds. He has taken 2nd place twice. And you know who he's lost to in both of those 2nd place finishes?
Was it Kier?
It was Classic.
Oh, Classic. Yeah, that makes sense.
So he might find himself in a similar spot here, depending on how this first round goes.
Yeah.
And the second series goes, too. He could definitely win this to face up against Classic again.
Yeah, Classic versus Solar, our next match, by the way.
Yeah. Should be excellent. We'll see. We'll see if DongRei ends up reliving his previous 2nd place finishes in Africa World. Phoenix War is happy about that Terran win, as well he should be. Going to be on Hardwire for game numero 3.
Okay. In the top right, I got my eye on him. It's Kier.
No kidding. And in the bottom left, it's DongRei who's like, how? I scouted that proxy. Like, how did I lose to that? Well, you let the bunker finish, I think was a big part of it.
The universe is cruel to Zergs. It really is.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's cruel to Terrans, and sometimes it's cruel to Protoss. It's something of an equal opportunity cruel mistress.
Oh, scouting out once again, or is... Yeah, this is a scout. Or, yeah. the days are gone of 3-hatch.
Before pool. I mean, it works really well if the Terran goes command center first, but it so rarely happens that way. Alright, so Kier says, enough of these shenanigans. I'm going to force a drone to scout for my proxies that won't be there and slow down the economy of DongRei that way. Ho ho ho!
The mind games. The mind games.
The mind games. Yeah, it's a good percentage of this game is mind games. Sometimes, I mean, look, sometimes you can just win by doing what your opponent expects you to do and beating them anyway. But sometimes being sneaky works. Sometimes, a lot of the time actually, showing up with something your opponent doesn't expect can get a win for sure.
It does. And you're never too good of a player to be sneaky.
No, absolutely not. You saw what Rogue did at GSL.
I did. The monster, poor creator, finally had his shot.
Ugh. And then suddenly there's creep at his front door, and he's like, okay. I done messed up. Phoenix War says, Terrans can win until it gets to the late game, and then they're toast. which I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I think it's harder. I do. I think they definitely have an advantage in the early game to the mid-ish game.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, in the late game, generally Zergs are leading, but if you leave a Terran to build up his mass amount of ghosts and everything,
Yeah.
then the Terran can be considered ahead, and it's the Zerg who's floundering, trying to figure out what to do.
Exactly. And if you've done a good enough job murdering the Zerg economy in the early to the mid game and you get to the late game, then they aren't as scary if they're not on 6, 7, 8 bases and 80 workers, right? So you don't necessarily have to win in the early mid game to make the late game bearable. You just got to do a good enough job slowing the Zerg down to make that a happy experience. It's tricky. It's hard to do.
We got a third command center on the way for Kier.
And if you're Maru, you can mech battlecruiser your way to a win against somebody as good as Cyril, but I don't recommend anyone else really try it.
Yeah. Yeah. DreamHack should be exciting this year when we have the Koreans and all the best foreigners at a LAN again.
No, absolutely. That'll be great.
I hope that
Very excited.
Koreans win every position from 1 to 8.
Wow.
Just for a throwback.
Just for a reminder of the days when foreigners felt like they had no chance ever at all and like wouldn't even show up to events.
Yeah, it's not worth it, man. It's the event's 300 meters from my house, but the bus isn't worth it.
There's no way I'm making it even in the round of 16. I'm gonna get crushed by the Koreans. I'm a Korean I've never heard of in the group stage. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, those were awesome times.
We really need a North American, like, Clem or Rainer or somebody.
Yeah. I mean, there is a few good up-and-comers.
There've always been a few good up-and-comers, but they never get to that level.
Yeah, it's because they all go to college, man.
It's true. They're like, let's see. Do I want to become an elite-level StarCraft 2 player, or I want to go to college and secure an actual degree and career? One that won't be over when I'm like 28.
Yeah, basically. You gotta have so much success, probably, to be an NA pro gamer between like the age of 14 and 17. Like, I mean, we kind of had our guy who was looking really good. Like, we had Future for a time.
Yeah, Future was cool. Neeb's had some really good moments.
Neeb has been coming back lately. It seems he has been playing more.
A little bit. And Scarlet, obviously, is a monster when she wants to be.
That's very true. Hellions? Oh my gosh. Kier just says, I got Hellions to burn. And
yeah,
burn,
these are YOLO Hellions
burn
for
with
sure.
the Hellions he does. And
is
he
that a
actually
Liberator
gets
at
two
the
in
third?
there. Gets a couple drones. Where's that Liberator?
Third base.
Oh. I must have...
It was.
Sorry, my bad observer.
You're good. Queen took it down. That was nice. 4 drones go down, but that was a lot of Hellions and a Liberator that went down.
Of Hellions.
Ugh. And the Liberator died, so I don't know, man.
Yeah,
counterattack. Dong Regu.
And he's making more Hellions.
Dong Regu running into that third Cure. And there's a Marine. Okay. See, this is why you don't YOLO your Hellions. Is you lose the map control.
Particularly when you start building more.
Yeah, that is weird. Usually, if you YOLO the Hellions, it means you're done with them. Dong Regu says, back to the Mutalisk well for me, thank you.
Aye, mutt.
Yeah, I'm on board. He did really well with his Mutalisks in that last game. I should have looked at how many he lost, but it seemed like they were pretty effective. He never really lost them for anything, which is what I always worry about when Mutalisks are out. So many times you watch a Mutalisk ball just die for nothing.
Yeah.
They catch a couple Widowmine hits, a couple Thors, splash them into oblivion. But Zerg's getting better at that. All right, here we go. Marine Viking on the ground for additional DPS. Hellbat's kind of wandering off on their own on that top side. Not sure like that at all. Banelings want to connect on those Hellbats. Bonus damage versus light. And connecting on the Marines is pretty good too, but just overwhelmingly wrecking the push is also nice.
Yeah, great defense by DRG. Kier is up to 71 workers. He's got a very healthy Terran economy. The 4th is on the way, as expected. He's behind on upgrades. Yeah, not getting that much damage done. But we'll see if he's just going to sort of settle back and try and play the late game like he did in that previous match, or if he's really going to try and just ramp up the pressure here.
Yeah, he's back, and this is how you gotta do it. You just have to keep the pressure going, even if you can't win with it. Just forcing on DongRyu to make stuff other than drones. His production tab is full of not drones right now, and that's a good feeling. Ling's sharking up that left side. We're gonna go for an attack into the natural. They decide to go home instead. All right.
Yeah, both these guys posturing right now. Here being a pain, grabbing a couple of drones, cleaning up some more creep. He is out here, and there is mutas up now, so he could have overextended a little bit. He's going to have to unload at the 4th base. One of the medivacs gets picked off with units inside.
Oh, no.
He's going to settle for grabbing a muta or two, but that was a great trade for DRG.
Yeah, it's always bad when you lose everything as a Terran on a push like that. I mean, you're going to take losses, but just to have everybody die...
Yeah, it's not great. The mutas are flying towards the main of Kier. Kier actually just elevated these Marines to defend, so really anticipating that. Good Widow Mine connections, however, it's just the 2. It's never the 3 you need.
Right. Phoenix says, I once hid 3 mines under 2 tanks, and they killed like 7 mutas. That was great.
That is a fantastic story, Phoenix.
Yep. Trickery. That's what it's all about. The Mutt say, ooh, free tanks, and then they dead.
Yeah.
They get for being greedy.
Okay, DRG moving around. Looking to go for a push. Kier is situated. He's got a lot of Marines in his army, so he's going to have to position his forces very well. DRG adding on more Banelings, but it's not that many. I mean... 18, adding on another 6. Kier's just going to have to micro this well. The planetary is done. DRG is pushing on in, but I'm not sure what he's going to be able to get done here. The PF's being
Planetary's alive. Yeah, that was a bad engagement from DongRyu. He went for the PF without enough to kill it. Not even close. Even without the repair, I think it's fine.
Yeah, and now the counter push from Kier could be a reality here. I mean, he's up on supply. The Zerg is down on Banelings. He's making another 16, but...
That's not 95.
It is not 95, and it's not that far for Kier to get towards the 4th base of DRG. Widow Mines are getting set on up. Banelings are rolling forward. Kier's got to micro this perfectly if he does want to get some damage done, but the potential is big for getting work done. He's microing his Marines back against these Banelings off of creep. More Banelings rolling forward, but they're all nullified there. And the Terran player is stepping forward. More Banelings are morphing, but once again, it's not that many. And
yeah,
takes this home.
DongRyu just doesn't have the giant bank to pull from right here. Kier pulling back. Wait.
Oh, he's nervous. He expects there to be more Banes, I guess.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, I guess as the Terran, you can't fault him for being cautious, but that very well could have been his moment. DRG only had a handful of Banelings to defend there. And
now he's maxed out. He's making more drones. He's feeling comfortable because you left him alone. Kier, friend.
Yeah, he had the potential to get something done, but threw it away. And now the game continues.
Yep. Mutalisk's attacking.
Oh, the same Widow Mines.
Yeah. Gets the revenge by killing them both.
Oh, the Thor almost finishes off a few mutas.
Got one there, maybe. DongRyu top left, sharking around a bit, but we're going to go after that planetary again. That's a lot of Banes. And the Lings there. Adrenal Glands is on the way. I don't know if you want to wait for it necessarily, but Kier pushing middle, and you can't really wait for Adrenal if this is happening.
Yeah, DRG going in. All the while, Kier's got a drop in the main base. Banelings are responding to it. Can DRG get both of these command centers, the building one and the planetary? It looks like he may be able to. Yes, he does. Extra barracks are being produced. Kier's taking this moment to dive deep onto creep. What's the Baneling count? It's 21, which is no small amount, but there's a good Marauder count for Kier. He's trying to position them between his Marines and the Banelings. He's got Marines in the mineral line of the 4th. He's pushing the 3rd. He's even pushing the natural. All of a sudden, his game has just been ramped up to 1,000.
I don't know. I mean, Cure's in a position where he can win this thing, but a lot of Ling and Bane, he's coming from that backside.
Oh, he's so committed.
Doesn't micro properly? Okay, yeah, everybody's dead.
Marines getting on top of the Marines. Yeah, this is the risk of Terran. This is why you don't commit onto creep. You clear it first before attacking on in. That being said, Cure fared fairly well, but in the end, he doesn't have the anti-air to deal with the Mutas, so his Marauders are going to be forfeit. He's going to trade out as well as he can. He got 28 drones, but he didn't kill any bases. He got the Baneling nest, which is very notable. No more Banelings in the immediate future for DRG.
DRG's not rebuilding it either. Does he not realize?
Oh, there it is.
Now he does.
And he's
now he does.
Oh.
That's definitely late.
Yeah, that's being caught with your pants down. Cure's floating another command center over here. I mean, his economy did take quite a hit losing that base as well.
A bit of a drop of Cure in the main of Dongrigu gets cleaned up there, I think, yeah, by the mutas and whatnot.
Oh my gosh, once again the Zerg was close to dying, it seemed. But Cure wasn't able to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you get that deep onto creep and you didn't have to kill an army to get there, they're coming for you.
Yeah.
Cure, I felt like Cure was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, and there wasn't that many Banes, but there was still Banelings on creep.
Yeah, there was, if you didn't kill a lot to get there, then yes, they're coming for you, and they did. Thor, Widow, Mine, doing what they can, but this muted control is really good from Dongrigu.
Yeah, it looks like that Cure maybe running out of juice here.
He's repairing the orbital, which will keep it alive. Muta's getting chased away by the Marines. Whew.
Still, though, it's a 6 base.
So 3 flyer, 3 melee attack, and 3 ground carapace is on the way from Dongrigu. High-sec auto-tracking gets started here from Cure, making some more medevacs. He's been losing medevacs
and
today.
Building armor, too. He really doesn't like these mutas.
No. Smart, too. Smart to feel that way. Actually, getting a couple spines up is Dongrigu. A weird time for that. Like, upgrades are such that static defense is not going to be super hot.
Yeah, it is a little odd. I mean, I get it. It buys a little bit of time sort of thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
But, okay.
Oh, it's worth it drone and 100 minerals, though.
No. But then again, you look at all the missile turrets Cure is building, and what do they really do?
Well, they're better against mutas, I think, than spines are against Marines and Marauders at 3-3.
That's a fair point. Okay, Cure's trying to secure up a 5th base, which, if he gets this up, is actually going to be huge for him. It's going to be a big boost to his economy. And now we see a DRG attacking on in towards the 3rd base of the Terran. He has to go through that wall first, which is going to slow him down. He's going to just straight up have to retreat, taking fairly big losses there.
Oof. Supply depot wall is down. Dongrigu pulling back, doing the damage he needed. And yeah, this is just turning into a game 1 thing. When is Cure going to go into ghosts? Why do I feel like he seems reluctant to do that?
I guess it's because he just hasn't had the economy and that it's just been constant fighting or something.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, Widowmine's getting picked off. Don't want to donate those.
Like maybe fewer Marauders, more ghost tech?
Yeah, maybe. I guess he just hasn't felt confident getting up to that many.
Yeah, fair.
Cool elevation here, getting these units to a safe position to work on this Zerg.
Woo! That was a really nice Widowmine hit.
Yeah, now gonna abuse that cliff perhaps? Yes, he does.
Side attack 2. Planetary gonna go down to these mutants.
It's happening again.
Cure's going. He's like, alright, we're gonna base race this thing. Or at least maybe pull the mutas home to deal with this.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. There is only 5 Banelings here for DRG. He's got another 17 being produced.
That's a lot of Marauders.
On top of the Thors. It's quite a good concave here for Cure. He's fighting back as well as he can. Marauders tanking. He's just going to elevate and abandon ship, however.
Yeah, leaves everybody on the ground there. Nice attack bottom right here too. That hatch is going to go down the spine. Not able to stop it from happening. Cure dropping in the main, pretty much unmolested as well. Not doing anything with those units, but he's probably just A-move into there as much as he can.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, now they're going to go.
Yeah, Ling's coming and try to deal with it. Not going to do anything. Banelings, yes. Oh! He just ate every one of those Banes.
Oh, nice move in with some units here. Going to be able to clean up a good amount of drones. Shuts down that rebuilding hatchery. All of a sudden, we see a Zerg on 5 bases, while Kier retained his 5th and has got a 6 base that's getting up.
Wow. Dude, this is amazing. Kira's doing some work. He's taking some hits. He's refusing to die, though. Nobody has a bank right now. Dongaryu's got a bunch of gas, but no minerals, which doesn't really help him all that much.
Oh!
Where's the third one?
The little ones are like Sith, man.
Rule of 2. Yeah, so these turrets doing work.
Yeah, they
Keep those
actually are
mutalisks
softened up.
Yeah, just killed a mutalisk.
Yeah,
amazing.
I just killed 2 mutas.
Amazing. Missile turret, good unit.
Yeah, DRG's economy is not amazing. Kira's isn't tremendous. I mean, he is only down to 56 workers, so while he's got 5 bases, or I guess technically now 4 bases, it's still not amazing. He's not rolling in cash, but he ain't doing too poorly either.
This is definitely more scrappy, I want to say, than the first game was, where it just felt like Dongragu was in full control in game 1. But this is Dongragu's only at 160 supply. Again, mineral income is nothing right now.
Oh, Widowmine's burrowing. One gets a shot off.
Another one coming in. Dead. Doesn't even try to burrow. Overseers getting killed is nice, but that's why you have multiples if you're a Zerg player. And yeah, now it's time for ghosts. Let's go. We're at 20 minutes, man.
Yeah. Kier seems to be committed to not building ghosts.
I will tell you, the number of times I've seen a Terran look overpowered in a TvZ over the last year, ghosts have been heavily involved. Like the number of times I've seen Maru or Innovation or any number of elite Terran players just make Zerg look useless has been with ghosts. So if Kier's refusing to make them, I mean, again, it's more than likely that he just can't afford to make that transition. But man, if he could, it would change this game for sure. Going after add-ons, this Muta stuff is great.
Okay, the Muta's standing against the Marines. Like, DRG really is being a pain here.
Yeah, with that +3 upgrade, Mutas get real scary. Yeah, if you've got units on top of your production like this,
it's not a good feeling.
No. You are on death's door when that happens. You can't, as a Terran especially, right?
Yeah.
If you can't get your units out of your own main base because this is happening to you, you're just getting squished.
Yeah.
You're just taking down an entire barracks now? This is
so
really
painful. Oh,
sick
and Lings are coming
control.
on in too. Kier finally says, fine, I'll bring some more Marines over, but then DRG just backs on out. Yeah, I'm not sure what Kier is waiting for here. I mean, he's just about maxed out. Okay, in comes the Zerg. Widowmine's going off. There is so many Banelings coming on in here for DRG. 40 Banelings. Marauders taking some shots. Widowmines do get some good connections, and Kira has been positioned fairly well for this. Here comes in the rest of his army to help deal with it. It's a lot of Marauders and Marines, so the ground army...
Yeah, Baneling's getting cleared out.
Oh my god, DRG's Muta Micro has been just incredible today.
It's some of the best I've seen in a while. 162 to 127 supply. Dongragu making more Thors, making more Widow Mines. It's Marauders, it's Marines. Replacing add-ons on his barracks now that the Mutas are gone. Trying to move out, but getting intercepted by Dongragu, who's heading left anyway. Oh, to that top left base. Oh, he backs out. I don't know if he recognizes that Kier's army is here. But more Mutas, more Lings, expanding right side Dongragu here too, taking more than his half of the map. It's exactly what you need to do to win this thing, but Hey, Ghost Academy's on the way. Yes.
Yay!
That's what we're here for.
Okay, now can he survive long enough? Oh no, a Thor's gonna be grabbed. No medivacs in sight to save it. The Lings are committed on in here into the main base. Is there another attack planned here by LaughNgamez? It doesn't look like it. Mutas are going on in. It may have been a little deep this time as the turrets do shred into them. Widowmine's going off, but in the end, DRG just gets on out, and Cure is continuing to have to deal with this nuisance.
Man, 189 for LaughNgamez, but still no bank. So I mean, personal cloaking's on the way from the ghosts. That top left base stays alive, and a new base coming here, too. It's an orbital, not a planetary. Oh, Widowmine Connect is so good! That one does not connect. There's not enough Marines. It's a really Marauder-heavy comp down there.
It really is.
Ugh, Widowmine doesn't connect there either. It's so hard to do that with mutas, especially when you're being chased by Marines. But, man, LaughNgamez just controlling it well over and over and over again here. Recognizing it's Marauders, he doesn't really have to engage with those at all. But yeah, making 5 ghosts at a time. Cure's making that transition. Here we go.
Okay, we'll see if he's able to get there. There's potentially going to be a fight here as he tests the waters and pushes on up to DRG's base, but kind of gets his hand bitten there as those units got picked off. Looks like DRG may be planning a counterattack. He's definitely got some Lings moving on in. Ghosts are being produced. They do not have personal cloaking yet, so they may not be able to save themselves if they get caught out here. More and more Widowmines on the way. DRG seems to be forfeiting this base on the left side, as Kier's going to be able to pick that off. Ghost gets picked off, a couple of Widowmines get picked off. Expensive losses for the Terran. Widowmines burrow, but they're going to get picked off too. Ghosts are cloaked, but there's Overseers here, so they don't stand a chance. Very expensive losses here for Kier.
They're cloaked, but Overseers don't care. Snipes getting some good hits off.
Yeah, they do get a couple of guaranteed kills on the mutas.
And the nice thing about Snipes is the distance. Right? You can hit the mutas from way further away than the Widowmines can. And it's not splash, but it's a huge amount of damage. And mutas are not tanky because nothing that Zerg has is tanky except for ultras.
Yeah, it's literally a one-shot. Good Widowmine connection. DRG coming on in once again. Another Widowmine goes off. The Zerg is pushing forward. Widowmine's going to not hit the Banelings as they get picked off just in time. Here microing as well as he can, but all of a sudden it seems like there's quite a bit of Zerg here. The anti-air is not that much for the Terran player, and if DRG knew that, he could actually turn around with those mutts. Instead he's going for the main base, engaging onto these turrets, which is going to cost him. His
mutas are dying. He's in the range of a lot of turrets here. That muta count is not nearly what it was, and he has to back out.
Yeah.
That was a little bit sloppy. I agree with you. I think he should have turned around and wiped out that smaller army instead of going into the main and just attacking into like 5 missile turrets. Weird choice
to the left side, gonna go on in. There really is nothing to save this base. All this infrastructure is gonna be getting destroyed. And Kier's army just is not that big. His main's being harassed by the mutas once more. This has been just a tough road for the Terran. 26 minutes of... and he's been trying to defend most of the time. Okay.
All right, making more. It's just Widowmines and Ghosts. Widowmines and Ghosts right now. Oh, Ghost pops out of the barracks. Almost dies.
Well, that is one lucky Ghost.
Yeah, getting healed up by this one medevac as well. Kier just looks so small.
He does. He's been getting... I mean, he's just been getting thrashed for quite a while. Just attack after attack after attack. In goes the Zerg. Looks like he's found a portion of the Terran army. Kier is going to retreat to his planetary, which is a very good call, I'll say. Able to utilize that as effectively as possible. Space on the left side being attacked once more. SCVs have to retreat. And this is the thing. The Terran's been split constantly. Zerg coming on in. Ghost we'll snipe a couple mutas on the way out, but actually they don't get their shots off.
10 banelings on the way. That left side base gets wiped, but pretty good defense in among the mineral patches there. Ling's having to back out. Not really enough to win that battle by any stretch. If Cure wins this thing, I'm going to be immensely impressed. Like, overly impressed.
Yeah, you really got to give it to him for sticking it through. To be able to weather this long of the Zerg storm. It's like DRG's just being such a menace, trying to catch a handful of Marines there.
I like how there are just like 5 Marauders killing this base, and Dongra, you just kind of let him do it for a while.
Okay, here's an attack. The Zerg's coming on in, multiple angles, getting a big surround on the Terran. Not all the Terran force is there. It's a total surround on that force, and it's just going to be destroyed. And there's just not enough Terran here. It looks like DRG finally did it.
Yeah, I think that's it. God, the Mutalisks today, though. Guess how many Mutas have died?
112?
99. Close enough.
Ooh.
Wow. That was incredible. That was a bloodbath on both sides. So much stuff died.
Yeah. And now DRG is on match point. I mean, he's had to work for them, that's for sure.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so Cure killed 1,226 units in that game. That's a lot. That is a lot of dead stuff. A lot of that is Zerglings, obviously, but if 100 mutas died, and how many banelings went down, and drones, and... Wow. Phoenix coming in. Says, I told you so. Late game Zerg wins against Terran again.
I mean, I think Terran has got more room to improve there.
Yeah.
So I think, like, as Terrans get better at defending in the late game, Zergs are going to be in more of a tough spot.
Yes.
Well,
agreed. Yeah, thanks, Keith, for keeping track of who's clicking the claim code button on Matcherino.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone, every single person who has done that.
Yeah, we got Seal Pup, we got Phantasma, Phoenix, John Solo, Hanalm. Excellent. Thanks, everyone, for doing that. And if you haven't yet, you still can. There's plenty of time.
Plenty of time, as we are just getting into match number 4 in our first best of 5. We're going to be having Solar versus Classic after this. For now, though, in the bottom right, he's Cure.
And in the top left, it's our dude. It is Dongregu, the one true Dong.
The one true Dong. When's the last time J-Dong won a Starcraft 2 tournament?
It's been a while. Thanks, Phoenix to War, for giving $9 to the players through Match Arena, and John Solo for $10. Wow. Thanks, man. Thanks, both of you. The best.
Best StarCraft community.
Best StarCraft fans. I forget has. All right. So no proxies here either. But Dongregu searching about for it.
Yeah, you can't blame him.
No. Got my ticket for Top Gun next week.
Oh.
It's just getting too much positive buzz. Everything I've heard about it is like, you have to see this. And it's like, all right, I trust you. I trust these people I listen to. So
that's like the second new Top Gun, right?
No.
It's the
There's
third.
Only first, second. Well, the first Top Gun was in like 86.
Yeah. I thought they already released like another one. No, this is the new one that's coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's only 30 years later, yeah.
Dang.
Thanks, Mitsuo and the Tamernian for clicking the claim code button. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The first movie made a ton of money and has really persisted in the culture, but I don't know. It's an okay film. Like, I watched it for the first time about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time just like a year ago.
And, like, the flight scenes aren't super great.
For 86,
You know what I mean?
do you think they were?
Yeah, for the time, I'm sure they were fantastic, but they really haven't held up. So I think if they can figure out air combat better than they did in 86 and make it actually interesting and visually appealing, then
Yeah,
I think that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with going and watching planes for a little bit.
No, definitely not.
I don't know if I told you, I watched the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, the No Way Home?
That was phenomenal.
So good. I watched it 3 times in theaters. So good. Really enjoyed it. I made my kids watch the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans first.
Yeah. As you should.
Yeah. So they had some context of what was going on when these other dudes showed up.
I just rewatched the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Yeah. 1 and 2 are great. Third one's
Yeah.
too many bad guys in that one. And everything I've heard is that Sony was studio interfering with that and saying, like, we need more villains.
Oh, okay. They wanted to sell more action figures.
Yeah. And Remy was like, it's, I don't think this is going to work. But, they held the purse strings, so.
Yeah.
Studio interference, man. Always a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind number 3. But then again, I'm not exactly judgy when it comes to movies I saw during my childhood. Okay, cloak on the way.
Ooh, Banshee opening.
A Banshee.
Okay. It's going to be at least a couple Banshees here. You don't get cloak for the single Banshee.
No, and we all know how good Kier is when it comes to controlling these.
Yes.
Oh, does he get it? Yes, he does. Using that Banshee to give the high ground, kill the Overlord.
Dongregoo pretty happily droning up, 6 at a time. Baneling Nest on the way, double Evo, and a Lair. The timings are all perfect for that one. Banshee Cloak is finishing up now. So some Hellion push in the front, little Banshee attack at the back. Should work out just fine. Tell Cure I'll send him $10 to nuke Dongregoo.
I mean, it could happen. It is Berlingrad. Okay, 1-1 on the way for both players. Here goes the Banshees into the main. Gonna find 1 drone, 2 drone. See how many more he's able to get here. Gets a 3rd. Probably gonna get a couple more drones at the 3rd. Yeah, tries to grab another, but is unsuccessful. It keeps the Banshees alive. I mean, 5 drones for 2 Banshees, it's kinda eh. The Hellions are all still alive, so we're really waiting to see when a commitment happens here. That may be in the form of Kier's stim finishing up and him going for a push, or he's just gonna keep applying soft pressure.
Hydralisk Den coming in. Probably going to be some lurkers then as well. This lurker style against Terran, popularized by Raynor. Pretty darn effective.
Yeah, loving to see the lurkers. Kier's bringing his tanks. His armor is about to finish up, so we're going to have Hellbats with this. Setting these up. He's looking to put pressure on the Zerg player, and I'm not sure if DRG is ready for this push. He's got 22 Banelings, 40 Zerglings. Baneling speed is done.
Yeah, and once that happens, you just feel so much better as a Zerg. Ooh, catching some reinforcements on the backside. Love that. Man, Dongregu today is very willing to chase off creep with Banelings, and I'm not sure he's had all that much success with it.
I mean, he's up in the series, so I don't think we can knock him too hard, but you are absolutely correct.
I think engagements where he's off creep, not going well for him in the long run.
Scan goes down for Cure, but he really doesn't have that much on the front anymore. There's some Marine reinforcements coming in.
There we go.
He's up on supply. He's looking to make this push happen. The Baneling count is much lower. Once again, there's another 11 on the way. That should be enough to help DRG hold on, but Cure's attacking in now.
All right, Queen count pretty healthy. This is where Zergs can die. Oh, the counterattack of Dongregu down to the third is sick, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Cure responds in time, though.
Yeah, 3 SCVs is a lot fewer than I expected. Cure pushing up there to trying to target fire those Banes. Banshee's doing work while Dongregu is focusing on all this. I love this from Cure. This double-pronged attack is beautiful stuff. Dongregu doesn't want to just A-move out here into that tank fire. Picking off some more reinforcements, though. God, how many kills do those Banshees each have?
13 and 1.
Oh, and 1. Kill stealing.
One of them is being totally lazy in the class project.
Honestly. Alright, so tank goes down. The push is taken care of, but Extractor killed. Banshee down. 8 more drones killed. It's only 71 workers for Dongregu to 78 from Cure. I think he's done the work here in the first 10 minutes to be in a great position.
I think, yeah, this is probably the best position we've seen him in all game, or all series, really. He's got another drop going towards the left side. This one dropping in the main. Doesn't care if there's lings there, but then does have to pick up. Cleaning up creep. DRG should be able to respond to this drop, but it could set the stage for a future drop for Cure. Cure is almost maxed out. He's got his +3 attack on the way, +2 armor about to finish up.
Let's see if the Banes chase off creep. By golly, they are. Kind of works there, though. I'm just glad Hydra's are viable. Spent way too long being a trash unit.
Oh, yeah, it really is great.
I don't know if they're overpowered either. I think anyone looks at Hydras and goes, man, those things need a nerf.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think they're good.
Lurkers, maybe.
They're good enough.
Hydras,
yeah,
no.
Lurkers. Lurkers for sure. A lot of complaining about Lurkers, from Terrans especially, which I can get, but not really Hydras.
No,
As a Lurker
no,
doesn't start.
Hydras are totally fine. Drops and pushes. Both these players testing each other. I think if Cure takes a fight sooner rather than later, it's going to benefit him. DRG's looking to push on in across the map. The Terran's wrapping around the top. The Zerg is looking to get on top of him. The tanks are sieged, however. That is a lot of tanks.
Bit of a pre-split here, too. And here we go. Dongregu decides to go for it. Left side's going to be a win for the Zerg. Right side looks pretty good, too. Take down, take down, take down. And Dongregu crushes that attack.
Yeah, the other drop also got shut down by DRG. He did everything perfect there, it seems.
Drop in the natural. Never mind.
Yeah, it's getting shut down. That's the impressive play here by DRG. Able to shut down that attack. These Marines are getting onto this mineral line. They're going to deny a little bit of mining, but not kill any drones. DRG has responded to everything that he really has needed to so far. More Terrans coming across the map. +3 attack is going to finish relatively soon. Maybe here can take a good fight. Both these players with their strong economies have almost remaxed already. A counterattack by DRG is hitting the third. That bunker paying its weight in
Yeah, Baneling's getting in that mineral. I know there's Lings too, so you don't quite kill the SCVs with the main hits, but then Lings clean it up somewhat. 16 SCVs down. Mitsuo says, "Joke's on you. I think hiders are really overpowered." Well, there you go.
Well, I guess they are when you only build Void Rays.
That's a good point. They do eat Void Rays.
Okay.
Hey, we're getting Ghost production at 13
Yeah.
minutes. Secure.
That's fair when we're gonna see Lurker Viper
Attack
against
into the
Ghosts.
third from Dongri. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if we're gonna get to Ghosts.
I think he should be fine here. I mean, he shuts down the space on the left side, so it's not like he's the only one taking damage. The Terran's on 5 bases still.
True.
Both
94 to
players,
64 workers is not good though.
yeah, both players are high on supply. I still think this game could go either way. We'll see when DRG makes more lurkers though. Right now he's only got 5 and 2 Vipers. That's not that many.
Yeah,
Zerg.
just got the bank already at 14 minutes. Now the lurker harass begins, and it's so annoying. Like, it's annoying to watch it.
It is. It's, I think that's one of the things that makes dealing with lurkers so hard is that they require a lot of counterplay.
Mm-hmm. Plus, they outrange Ghost Snipe. So that's a problem. Oh my gosh, nukes!
Hey! Who said the $10? Who
John
said
Solo, I think. Or Phoenix. One of those dudes.
Someone's
He
gonna
goes
have-
Phoenix. Dude, if he gets a nuke down, you better donate another $10 to our dude here.
We are gonna hold you to that. Vipers move forward, they get sniped. There's a misrally by DRG. At the same time, though, he is wiping this third base location while defending
Oh,
his
no.
drop on the left side, so he is the player that's getting the damage done. Here is producing, or he has got up to a decent ghost count. We'll see if he's able to make more, though. This game, I still think, has got a ways to go, as neither player has been able to get a killing blow just yet.
He's gotta get those lurkers out.
He does. It's the Overseers, though. They're in perfect position, so he's going to utilize the tanks, actually, since they do
Okay.
indeed outrange them.
There
Overseers
we
getting
go.
sniped into oblivion. There's now
There's only one. And we go. And a lurker gets hit on the way out, too. It's an iconic image of a lurker retreating and getting sniped and exploding.
It really is satisfying. I can watch that for 10 hours a day.
So we've got a nuke. But, oh gosh. That's a dead planetary.
Yeah, he does have the extra command center to just replant it, though, which is very important. Oh, he instead floats this one up there. He's got another base coming over. Okay, he's got several spares, like a wise Terran.
Cure. You gotta launch the nuke, bud. You can't die with a nuke in your
No, you can't.
holster. Oh, that Nidus is gonna come up, too. He doesn't see it because the attack at the front.
Oh, tanks getting picked off here by DRG. That is a big deal.
It's a lot. It's a lot of Zerg. 46 Lings in production here, too. And he's just got the map control. The creep spreads everywhere.
Another Nidus going up. Oh, man.
But no, this one's going to die. This one...
This series has been complete chaos.
really has. And I think Dongri might just 3-1 this, but that's misleading. The games that he's won have been pretty back and forth.
Absolutely, particularly when Kier's victory was a 3 racks, or a 2 racks, pardon me.
Right. Right. He gets another Nidus in the same spot. Dongrigu, you're so cheeky.
It's Overseers, man.
Make a Viking. Go kill it.
Okay, DRG is pushing on in. The Terran is retreating with his units. But then there's also the Hydras, which will cut through the split up units. This is such a nasty composition from DRG. Here is heavily up on supply, though.
It's true. Army value is looking pretty hot. 107 to 78. A counterattack here might be pretty fantastic. 70 Lings and 14 Hydras on the way, though. But if it's just Hydras, they kind of get smoked by Marine Marauder at this stage of the game.
Coming in with this as well. I think Kier should be able to at least get a base.
Nuke.
Where's the nuke?
Even just to zone. Toss a nuke down. Just to zone out the Zerg somewhere. Another Knight is coming inside the main. LaughNgamez like, I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the 10
land
bones
too.
right there.
Dude, he heard you. Hatch down. Knight is not. LaughNgamez like, I don't want to engage with this army. I'm gonna go kill Cure. This way. LaughNgamez, this is playing like me. I don't think this is gonna work.
I don't think I've ever seen as many base trades in a TvZ as this series.
It's been so many dead bases today.
Oh, the PF stays alive.
That's why you don't do that, LaughNgamez. You can't just be like, I refuse to engage with this army. Okay, now he's... And this is going fine for him. I don't know what he was so worried about.
Yeah. The Terran army holds fast, though, with its 3-3, with its mass medivac support. Oh, a chunk of the Terran bio is going to get caught out here. Lurkers have been produced.
Yeah, a couple lurkers in here. The Hydra lurker together is so much stronger than just one or the other. Yeah, Liberator gets picked out. I think that is your... Feels GG-ish. That orbital's going to die. I don't know. Like, that whole top right of Kier is pretty happy.
Yeah, like, he's mining fine. And then again, so is DRG in the bottom left. Like, this game is not over yet. And the army value, let's take a look at that. It is in the lead for Kier. How many ghosts does he have? 5? That's not that many. Drop going down. Gonna shut down this base, it appears. I mean, both players are remaxing.
My gosh, how is Kier still alive? I know he's done some work here, but it's the nuke. It's the nuke that's given him the power.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
Also, I'm not sure I've seen a game on Berlingrad where it gets mined out.
No, me neither. I think that is part of the reason why Kier has stayed alive, because it is a larger map.
Oh, okay.
He's walking in the tanks and stuff.
He's just getting some really big wins here. Engage with the lurkers. Pushing up that ramp. Lurkers don't like what they see. Going up a ramp into a Terran position where they're pretty much the entire army there is a bad idea. Always. Phoenix of War, another $10. Total donation, $24.25 today.
There we
from
go.
Phoenix.
What a god.
He got what he wanted.
Supporting Africa World number 94. Oh, Ling attack hits this vulnerable orbital command. Great move there by DRG. Ghosts are sniping away.
Yeah, and it's one of the trickier things in all of StarCraft is to snipe lurkers with ghosts because, again, it's outranged. And even if you're invisible, they're probably about overseers with them. Another attack heading into the top right here from LaughNgamez. Oh, and that's not a planetary, but there's an army defending. Yeah, nice.
All the while, he's controlling his ghost trying to snipe over here. Kier's almost maxed out. pick off this 12 o'clock base. Liberators as well.
Another attack top right. Dongregyu brought some reinforcements this time. Got some lurkers in the mix. Zoning out the army. Forcing a liftoff on that orbital. And 15 more SCVs died. Cure's down to 41 workers now. The power of mules is pretty good. Liberator, Tank, Ghost is pretty awesome against this lurker stuff. I wonder if Dongregyu might tech out of this, honestly.
Yeah, he is going to need something to deal with those Liberators.
And maybe some Corruptors added into the comp would be good. Another Lurker retreating dies. Another Lurker retreating dies.
Okay, the Zerg takes this opportunity to charge on in, trying to break the tank line, and he does pick off a good number of them, but there's some depth to this Terran army. And yeah, DRG throws away a lot of units there. Kira's up 40 supply here. His army really is more formidable than what the Zerg has right now. Seems to be the threat of counterattacks that is keeping Kira from attacking on in.
Yeah, more lurkers, 5 lurkers at a time. I don't know. I don't feel good about lurkers here. I just think that Kira's got a really good comp to deal with it. Yeah, he's got the hiders to handle the liberators for sure, but the tanks are really strong right now with their +3 attack on the ground. Yeah, Kira's just... We're at a point where we're just kind of trying to starve Dongregyu out, and Dongregyu has no bank to speak of right now.
No. Let's take a look at his bases here. This one starting to mine out. This one, not even looking that good. So he really has got one good base.
Yep. Kira tries expanding top. Doesn't happen.
Look at this tank positioning here by Kira. He wants to bait DRG into just a slaughter. Snipes going down, picking off more lurkers. There we go. In goes the lurkers, but there's tanks on the high ground. I mean, they were kind of injured, so they do get picked off. And DRG's counterattack is having some success here.
Yeah, just kind of streaming in that front door, busted wide open. Marines are trying to hold it. Lurker Spine's causing some real problems for them, too. It's a dead factory. I mean, it's not game endy, but that's really annoying to have that many +3 lurkers parked at your front door like this.
It will be a pain. The ghosts and liberators and tanks should be able to force these away, however, and this could really cost DRG if they all get sniped on their way out. There's the scan.
Not unburrowing.
Shooting on them. Yeah, all
Dude,
the lurkers.
Wow.
GG.
What?
I knew it. I believed in my boy Kier.
Dongregyu, why? What? He's like, you can have these lurkers. Don't worry about it. They're yours.
And now we're at game number 5.
Kier, you madman.
Yeah. Not faltering at all.
No. Lesser Terran dies there. Easy, 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 easy.
Mm-hmm. And it is not easy to play a best of 5 that has had this many long games. It really is impressive by Kier.
Yeah, for sure. Phoenix, look, Kier can win late game TvZ. He can do it. He's a boss.
It's just got to be Berlingrad.
Yeah, got to be Berlingrad. Your opponent's got to go lurkers, and then you make everything that counters lurkers, and then you can win.
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that. Super easy.
Thanks so much to everyone for tuning into this Afrika World. Make sure to leave a 1-up for the stream, you know. Let your friends know what you're doing on this Friday night. And that is watching some awesome Starcraft. Okay, in the top right, he is Cure.
And in the bottom left, we've got our dude, Dongregyu. What a great series this is.
Oh,
holy smokes.
This is a nutty TvZ. Having guys like DRG and Cure, like, I'm worried having them in a series because it's like, Cure could easily 3-0 DRG. Or Cure could try and 3 racks a few times, or 2 racks a few times, and then the series just ends. No.
No! Definitely not. Not at all. Power of the nuke, says Aki. Aki is correct. The nuke won that game.
The one nuke to rule them all.
That was it. Nothing else Cure did mattered. It was just the nuke. Tell your friends, get nukes. You can win. Again, really respecting the power of the proxy here.
Yeah, I love how DRG is doing this.
I mean, it hurts him economically. We don't see this hardly ever from Zergs and ZVT, but he respects Cure's proxy game so much. He's doing it.
It's worth it just to play the game out from there.
Yeah. The one player I think that never, ever does it is Rogue, but that's because Rogue has magic powers where he just wins against proxy. He never scouts anyway.
Unless it's
every
against
time.
Ryung.
That's true. Ryung got... Oh.
Ryung can proxy Rogue.
What? Okay, Ryung got like 2 barracks in Rogue's natural. At that point, yes, fine.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
That was phenomenal.
I think Ryung has got to be the biggest underdog story of pro SC players coming back.
I think this is just as far as most success.
No, just as far as like most unlikely to reach a high level.
Oh yeah.
And
No,
then
that's fair.
Then he comes back and he's putting out some darn good Starcraft.
Yeah. Nobody was like, yeah, Ryung's back from military. He's gonna stomp.
Yeah. And
nobody said that.
It's like, no, he's doing pretty darn good.
Yeah, he is. Love Ryung. You want a meching TvZ at Katowice too? Cast that game.
Yeah.
Not easy these days, but
Meching?
yeah, against Zerg at this level anyway.
No. 3cc, yes, let's go.
Let's go. 245, third CC. Nothing Zerg can do about this. Nothing.
What are you gonna do? Build roaches?
Ha! Go for a Baneling bust. Don't make me laugh.
Baneling bust? Yeah, like it's 2012.
God, it's good memories. Wings of Liberty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone's like, check out this build, and I'm like, oh, that's great. So I've Baneling busted for like 2 months in a row, like every ZVT. And then Terrans were like, I'm gonna scout this, and I'm gonna get extra walls, and you're gonna die. And
what do you mean?
You have to figure it out.
That's me. I just Reaper rushed my way to Platinum League.
Yeah.
And then once I hit the wall of people who knew how to defend a Reaper rush, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Seriously.
I have a distinct memory of one guy being like, dude, this is Platinum League. You can't just Reaper rush.
I still remember that first time I went for the Baneling bus and I busted the first supply depot, and then there were like 2 barracks walling off behind it, and I was like, oh. Uh-huh.
There's more to this than I thought.
Now what do I do?
You thought you finished StarCraft?
Yeah. I was like, well, I'm going to get GM in no time. Turns out scouting's real good.
Yeah. Okay, so DRG getting up his drones, third base, being all happy. Liberator on the way for Cure. Hellions on the way. No major pressure like a Hellbat push, just some harassment that's going to be going down. We can already see the effect of that third orbital with 3 happy yellow mules mining at this natural base. Cure's own economy is really going to take off.
Yeah, Dongregoo needs a 4th base like now if he's going to try to keep up. But that's just kind of how this works. With this 3 base opener from Cure, just Zerg's down a little bit in economy. Can't do a whole lot to deal with it. There's really good Hellion count, so he doesn't quite have the time or the ability to defend a 4th base at this point either. So it's about as good an opening as you can get in a TvZ.
Okay, a scout goes off at the 3rd. That's rather important.
Yeah, it sees it, but I mean, I don't know. He doesn't know how long it's been there, I guess. Get out of here, Zergling. Pow. 4th base. Eventually, though. Dongregoo.
Soon TM.
Yeah. Blizzard time.
Ling's gonna hit the third base, and there are fresh mules here. This is gonna be a big hit to the economy of Kier. This is actually huge. And Marines do come on in. They will save this location, but mining time has been lost. Oh my gosh, the Hellions dive into the third base of DRG. 14 drones go down for 8 Hellions. That's a lot of trauma to the economy of DRG.
Man, infestation pit on the way from Dongray Gu. Got that fourth base rolling.
Yeah.
Centrifugal hooks coming in. Ling Bang Queen defending for now.
Kier knocked him down to 60 drones, though. That's quite painful. Centrifugal hooks on the way.
Yeah, that 2-2 getting started real nicely, too.
Yeah, DRG does have an upgrade lead.
Yeah, that's really important here. That's pretty impressive. Hard to do against a Terran, actually.
It is.
Man, Hive. 7-minute Hive is pretty zippy here. So it's definitely not mutas.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like Lings. Is it
Ultras.
Gonna be... Oh, okay, yeah. Those early upgrades do make sense.
Yep. He's gonna go Ultras and hope that Kier doesn't have the answer to Ultras, which is a lot of things, but... Ow. I don't know. Pylon Show did a tier list for Starcraft 2 units a couple months ago, and they put Ultras on their own tier of, like, Z. Like, the worst units in the game, by far, no question. And I was sad, because I like Ultras, and I think they're good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that bad. They're not the greatest unit.
No, it's because, I mean, it's because they're big. They're easy to dance around and play around and bulky and awkward. I don't know, make them cheaper, if anything.
Yeah, that might help. They are really expensive on everything. Widow Mine's
Widow
not...
Mine connection there.
Yeah, not as good as he wanted him to be, but we'll take it. He's not making an Ultralisk Cavern. He's getting Adrenal. He's making more Lings.
It's going to be the boatload of Ling strategy, I see.
Yeah, so this is the late game Ling Bane strategy. This is the
Kier?
Falcon Paladin special. Dude, Kier's getting sort of rolled by the Ling Bane late game strategy. Oh my gosh, he's okay. We can't unload there.
Marines, but his third is being ransacked. His attempt at a fourth is being shut down. And all of a sudden he's got to retreat all the way home, and it turns out the answer for DRG is just to make Lings.
Banelings, don't forget the Banelings.
Okay.
You get 2-2 for them real fast and give them Adrenal and start 3-3 at 9 minutes.
Yeah, Kier kind of got spanked there.
It's 82 to 46 workers. Kier's officially really on the back foot right now.
Okay, so he wants to queue up units to go for a drop, but he's got to defend back at home. I guess if you're Kier, it's time to make as many Widow Mines as you possibly can.
Solid life strategy.
Oh, here comes DRG. He don't even care. He just rolling on up. Looks like there wasn't a drop sent out after all. Third base under threat.
Ugh. Dude, Don Ragu is not making an Ultralisk Cavern. He is trying to make a point right now.
He really is.
This is a statement in a 2-2 setup. It's not like this is game 3 where you're up 2-0, man.
Oh, the Marines.
Friendly fire, Widow Mine's double-edged sword. That big, okay. There's the Ultra Cavern.
Hey,
Hooray.
and a couple of Vipers on the way to deal with those pesky Medivacs.
There we go. Okay, so it's 189 to 117 supply, which is really discouraging if you're Cure.
Yeah, it's definitely not great. Oh god, the red's coming. Here with his mass marine has to lift up once again, gonna get behind that wall.
Well, he's like, you don't have anything that can shoot up, so medevacs are 8,000 times better than they normally are right now.
Yeah. Fourth base being shut down again, though. Kyr's just got to keep inching up in that supply. Get some really good Widowmine connections, I guess.
And that's definitely possible. Are there any Overseers running around at all? He's just doing this naked Ling Bane. Oh no, it does have Overseers. All right.
Yeah.
So chitinous plating gets started. How much money does he have for ultras? 0. He has 0 money for ultras right now.
Well, you know, 600 lings ain't cheap.
No. No. Yeah, he lost 300 Zerglings in the first 10 minutes of this game.
Jesus.
And he's killed 56 Marines, like 50 SCVs.
Okay, A Ultra on the way now, but at this point that may be all that it takes.
I don't know, it's 2-2 on the Marines. Got 3-3 sooner rather than later.
What's up? Gonna retreat to his PF.
Widowmine.
That's a good connection, but yeah, I can't help but feel that this one Ultra is just gonna crash through these Marines.
Well, they're gonna kite it, and they're gonna do some pickups, and they're gonna try to drag it into this Widowmine, and one Ultra is surprisingly kind of garbage. Maybe that's why Ultras are Z tiers, because one's really bad. If you have like 8, suddenly it gets a lot better.
Okay, Kyr stepping out, Parasitic Bomb goes down.
Ooh, nice pull. Sending. Unburn the Widowmine so they don't fire on the single Zergling is really smart stuff.
But then they hit all his medivacs.
Okay. More damage has been done to the medivacs by the Terran today.
There's the big boy.
He is absolutely crushing through right now.
Just destroying that siege tank.
Donk. Marauder going to finish him off, but he paid for himself there for sure, and that's your GG.
Kyr tried to bring it back, but in the end, DRG, the dominant player, wins it 3